right, we made it down to the infield at Eldora Speedway for the first night of Dream Week. Wonder if our bunch made it through with flying colors.
Of course they did.
Yeah.
Sent on the checklist.
So it is Flow Racing Night in America presented by Kubota Series action tonight. It is not officially, I'm gonna lose my hat this wind. It is not officially Dream action tonight, but it is part of the 4 nights of racing that'll be going on here at Eldora for the Dream. I wasn't looking, I wasn't ready.
Not ready.
It was probably,
I ain't ready.
I was trying to hold my hat on my head.
I ain't ready either, don't worry.
Yeah. I almost walked right by our car. I didn't even see it here. Forgot. Yeah, I know, exactly. It should be easy to spot on the track though with the white.
Yeah.
What are y'all doing?
Sleeping.
Sleeping? Y'all gonna need a nap? Y'all got out early today. What was it, like 9 o'clock? 9:30?
Something like that. 8:45, 9.
Have we been through tech yet?
We were 5th car in line.
Did we pass on everything?
Passed.
That's good. So we got our checks checked. Checklist. Good deal. Good job, team. Things are looking up.
Basically, you kind of you've got to hump it, but just hump it to hold it, basically. So that's where you know you're starting, basically. And then just basically once you see that mark, then go to the next one over. And then what we're not going to do, we're not going to sipe the inside edge here, here, or here. Okay. You can sipe every other single one.
Okay. You got all that?
Yep.
All right.
One chance of asking questions. We're going to sit there explaining every time.
The worst part, every tire guy kind of has this initiation.
I don't think Hunter ever really signed up to be the tire guy though.
Well, yeah, he officially has.
He just now.
Look at his leg.
Look at the back of his leg.
You're there, son. You're in the middle of initiation.
Yeah, I'm gonna wait on that.
I thought Hell Week started next week.
Oh!
Well, hey, at least it's over now, that part. So apparently we didn't pass tech with flying colors. Is this a tech thing or a more clearance thing?
We need to do this.
The new nose thing.
You always want to cut that bottom lip off.
Right.
Because they're running around and flying behind the car. What's up?
Right. Get up under your right front tire. So like I said, this is the Flow Racing Night in America presented by Kubota. It's a standalone event. It has no bearing on the rest of the weekend, the Dream Weekend, and the 100,000 to win main event that will be here, happening here on Saturday. I believe there will be around 100 cars here this week. Joseph will be racing all of them tonight. The whole field, everyone that signs up for this standalone, I think 20,000 to win event, will be competing against each other for that. Then when it comes to the Dream, our prelim night, they divide the field up in half, and half the field races on Thursday night, half the real field races on Friday night. Joseph is racing, his prelim night is Thursday night, so tomorrow night he will be running his prelim event. If you want to watch the whole weekend live, that is on Flow Racing, and a link is in the description where you can sign up for that. We're racing everybody tonight for 20 grand, then we'll race half the field for $30,000 tomorrow night, and that also will be accumulating points for that'll set the stage for the main event and where we line up in heat races on Saturday to try to make the 100,000 to win main event field. We also want to say a huge thank you to Kubota Tractor and Kubota Genuine Parts for not only their continued support of our race team and our YouTube channel, but also for their commitment to dirt track racing. You're going to hear Kubota quite a bit tonight with Joseph, with it being on Joseph's car, and then also with Kubota being the presenting sponsor of the event tonight. If you're in the market for a tractor, mower, side-by-side, or a skid steer, might I suggest getting a Kubota. And if you already have a Kubota, make sure you are relying on Kubota Genuine Parts. Kubota Genuine Parts are built specifically for your machinery by the people who know your machine inside and out. You can download the My Kubota app, scan the QR code to do that, or click the link in the description. Thanks again to Kubota Tractor and Kubota Genuine Parts for their continued support.
Everybody's been asking me about the weather and stuff, and I've been talking to the man upstairs, and he said he hadn't made a decision yet. So we're just going to have to hold on and see what happens. And let us Correct.
Heat races tonight are 10 laps each. Transfer the top 3 cars to the A main. Starts and restarts will be off turn 4 to opening over here, turn 4.
We got hot laps and they'll qualify, heat races, top 3 lock in from the heat, and then taking top 2 out of B mains. And there's 80 something cars. 24 of them make it on performance. So you gotta be in the top 24 out of 84 at feature time.
That's another day at the office, ain't it?
That's it, nothing to it.
How many cars?
I think 84.
24 start the feature.
Well, then provisionals after that.
Okay, so yeah.
24 make it
Yeah.
from the preliminary events tonight.
6 heats.
Yep, we'll hot lap, qualify, heat race, then it'll be main. What's the feature is, how many laps? 50 lap main event. They're 2 minutes late. They said 6 on the dot. They're rolling out at 6:02.
That's early compared to most places.
Yeah, we ain't gonna complain, are we? All right, here we go for hot laps. See where we stack up.
Troutman out of Hindman, Pennsylvania, picked up the $100,000 win in the Modified World Championship at Mississippi Thunder Speedway last week. That's him on your screen, and that G.R. Smith-owned 22 Star, the Victory Circle Auto Sales Gambler Transport sponsored entry. There's Joseph Joyner out of Milton, Florida, sporting a special wrap this weekend. Joseph behind the wheel of that Kubota Hunt, the Front-Based Racing Fuels Trading Paints sponsored number 10.
Speaking of special paint schemes this week,
Joyner. Joseph was 4th fastest out of the dozen or so he was on the track with right there in hot laps. Feel decent?
I didn't feel like I was running. I didn't feel like I didn't have any gear. I didn't feel like I had, I don't know. I turned 8,400. I don't know.
We gotta move up the track too.
Can we go ahead and put it in there or no?
Changing gear. Joseph said it wasn't turning the RPM it needed to turn. Hopefully the gear change will amend that.
Ain't no invert tonight.
That is something to remember, is that usually here at Eldora there's all kinds of inverts and points and all that. Tonight is just qualify. That decides where you start in your heat. And the better you qualify, the closer to the front you'll start. And being they're only taking 3 out of heats that'll have 15 or how many cars, we need a good qualifying lap. Making sure you heard that. There are, I believe, 84 cars. Joseph is in Group A, and he will be the 34th car 43 cars in Group A will make up heats 1, 2, and 3, and they'll be taking 3 cars from each one to the main event. The rest will go to a B main. Also, Joseph ended up 19th out of 80 that took or have a hot lap time. So, not terrible. Not bad.
Trent will be the first one to take the green flag. All 1s and 0s in this one as Forrest Trent rotates over in turns 1 and 2, and you're just kind of at that point where you want to see more green than what we have seen thus far. White and blue number 10, the black and white 10 with the American design on the side. That's the Kubota number 10 of Joseph Joyner. So they're gunning for a 1.5, a 1.47, and Garrett Smith lays down a good lap, Ben. He's going to be 10th quick on lap number 1. First lap time for Joseph Joyner is 18th quick. Forrest Trent is going to come across the line. He'll be 28th fastest with a 1.6081. Second lap for Garrett Smith, not quite as good. He'll stay 10th. And the second lap time for Joseph Joyner is a little better. He'll move up to 13th with a 1.5504. We've now had 33 drivers attempt to lap.
All right. Joseph is 13 out of 35 with just a handful more to go. Got us back to 14. Shepard got us.
I don't think it's running.
You don't think it's running? What did it turn that time?
8,500. I'm like in the middle of the corner. It's like hey, can we make sure it's getting wide open? I just don't feel like it's running. It's going down the racetrack purpose.
Just ain't running. Well,
really, where it bothered me the most is like through here in the corner.
Yeah.
It's like I just can't get. I ain't going anywhere.
well, you're
No.
too bad because you nailed it. Never mind, no invert. He says it ain't running.
Huh?
He says it ain't running.
That's a good lap for not running.
Running or not, Joseph qualified 15th out of 42 in Group A. 3 heats, that'll put him starting 5th in a heat taking 3.
Should be.
If, depending on what we got going on here.
It'll start raining at 2 a.m. We better get busy though. After the race.
We gonna swap motors. We'll be out here in the rain. Well, it couldn't be that simple. Okay, no issues found under the hood, under the valve covers, anywhere there. So we gonna run it and hope for the best. Joseph will start 5th in heat 3. Top 3 go to the main event. It's 10 laps long.
So there is a top over
The
there.
bottom ain't gonna get no better. You know what I mean?
So it looks like kind of bottom middle over here for sure. I mean, the top shouldn't be
They
done.
don't turn it up. Ferguson looks like he's gonna run it to the finish.
That open air, good car.
We're about to lock in 3 more drivers here out of Buzzy Racing Products heat race number 3. 10 laps the distance. Brandon Overton on the pole. Josh Rice on the outside.
Overton has got 1.2 seconds over Wilson, but Wilson has stretched out a 1.5 seconds over Garrett Smith as Garrett Smith and Ethan Dotson continue to battle. And you saw Dotson slide up the track there. That allows Garrett Smith to pull away, getting into the closing laps. And we got a spinner down in turn 1 and 2, and that will draw a Midwest Sheet Metal caution. Forrest Trent facing the wrong direction, and that was right in front of your leader.
Yeah, you are absolutely right. Nice job of heads-up driving there by Buzzy Racing Products. Heat race number 3 about to get back underway, and I guess that was not a completed lap. Florida violence down there as the 10 of Milton, Florida's Joseph Joyner, just worked by Middleburg, Florida's Mark Whitener. Whitener on the right side of your screen. They're going to try to drive back down to the inside. Meanwhile, at the front of the field, Ben, Brandon Overton is not letting Josh Rice out of his crosshairs.
Now, right now, Rice has led the way, but as the race has gone on, you're right. Overton's got better and better. They're going to come back to the all-guy performance 1 to go. And also
number 3 is going to go to Josh Rice. Brandon Overton second, and Dalton Wilson will get that all-important third and final transfer ahead of Garrett Smith, Ethan Dotson, Mark Whitener, Joseph Joyner,
I think we're going to have to swap motors. Yeah. I'd get, especially think that we got to be main at least, and we'll go from there.
Well, hold on, we're starting deep in it. Do you think, like, they do it refreshing anyway, and we're worried about something wrong with it? Do we want to risk it or go ahead and get it out? You know what I mean? Like, I mean, you're starting deep in this B main.
We'll watch it. I ain't gonna run it hard, but it's running. You know, it's running. Like, we'll go see.
So we have a B main coming up. We'll have to look at the lineup, and I'm pretty sure Joseph will be starting 7th. And a B main that'll take 3. And we'll see. I guess we're gonna run it.
There's 3 and not 2?
Matt taking 2. He'll be starting 7th and the B main taking 2. So that makes it even better. I got it up. Yep, 7th taking 2.
It's kind of tricky and treacherous, a little rough.
It's rough in 1 and 2 for sure.
You know, it's rough for Eldora standards at least.
And they're about to get an inch of rain tomorrow.
Yeah. So we'll see how that works. But regardless, I get out there around the outside, especially on the turn forward where I felt it the most, because there's a lot of grip out there. You can put both rear tires in, and like I get out there in it and I stomp it, and this is like nothing happens. you know, like I'm out there, and I'm like this, widener's on the bottom, and I'm like that, and I stomp it, and we leave the corner like that.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And he ain't got near the traction I got. You know what I'm saying?
Or momentum.
Or momentum, yeah. So.
Well, thanks.
Yeah, I kept waiting for you to maybe cross him over. So I could slide, but that's what it felt like. So he's just not getting the run he needs.
Yeah.
Like, you know.
I mean, let's just call it honest. We're more than likely not fixing to get in here. But if we do, we'll get our $1,000 and come the truck.
Right.
You know, but I think it's fixing to go blow up. You know, it might bust a piston or something. It's got pistons anyway. So.
Just be ready to knock it in neutral if you start hearing something.
Right.
Race pass and on the racetrack, so Chris Simpson, I think his transponder quit working. He's where he's supposed to be, but it's Garrett Smith, Jimmy Owens, your front row. Coleman Farms Racing B main 2, 12 laps the distance to move on. Turn number 4, and the Midwest Sheet Metal caution will fly. But right now, Garrett Smith, he's trying to put it into the big show here tonight.
Absolutely. Not run quite as much, at least on a national scale. He did pick up the Spring Nationals. Time by 4 laps in the books, 8 to go. And is it Whitener? Yes, it is.
It is Whitener, and I tell you what. Takes it away from him, DJ. Just 5 laps to go.
one more chance on the right side of your screen. He'll throw it in deep into 3 and 4. Garrett Smith will get the win in this one. Whitener will let the car drift high coming off corner number 4. He hangs on and races his way into the show. Ethan Dotson, Jimmy Owens, Cody Overton, Chris Simpson, Joseph Joyner.
Caution, I think I passed the 20 car. I looked down and it was 240s. I'm like,
Not ideal.
I just kind of position myself where I can let off a little bit.
Looked good for a little bit, kind of through the middle.
Yeah, I just couldn't make anything. Like, it'd be fine if I was just there. Yeah. But trying to make that ground.
We officially swapping motors?
Yeah.
Woo, the fun just begins.
Yeah. Well, somebody's gonna have a late night. You having fun yet, Hunter?
Oh yeah.
Well, you're about to be having even more fun, buddy.
Show you a race,
Look, y'all just gotta get this done before the rain comes.
Yeah.
Can't be out here in the rain trying to put in a motor.
Hey, and now. What's that? Skip to the good part?
Yeah, skip it. All right, so they will be here shortly getting the old J. Dickens out of there, and we'll be bolting that in there and getting ready to go for tomorrow. We will race half of the field tomorrow. There'll be a few more cars here. I think they're expecting around 100 total, so we'll be racing around 50 cars tomorrow night, Thursday night, in our prelim. If you ain't doing nothing, tune in on Flow to watch it live. Link is in the description where you can sign up. We got plenty of new merch at htfmerch.com. Check that out. If you're coming to Eldora sometime this weekend, you can see Caleb up in the merch trailer in turn 4. Other than that, they're gonna get to work on that. I'm gonna get to work editing video, and we're gonna come back tomorrow night and get them. Lucky for us, tonight doesn't matter. Does not have anything to do with the rest of the weekend, so we can kind of throw it away, put it behind us, and go get them tomorrow night, and that's what we're gonna do. I'm gonna cut this video off because that's gonna take a little while, and I gotta get to work editing all of tonight's footage so we can have y'all this video that you're currently watching in a timely manner. We'll see about making some video, shooting some video of this engine coming out and having that on the next video. Whatever the case, thanks for watching this video. Like, comment, subscribe, and we'll see y'all later.